Okay, so. Oh dear, that's loud. Oh dear, okay. So, I'm going to start by just getting everything ready. I'm just going to have every plate in place and make sure that this guy's ready. Just to make them as big as you can, I have them on stilts. Okay. Oh, hey, oh, hello, turtle. So I'm just going to compare all of the leader classes together. You know, despite, I feel like, oh, hello. Oh, wow, that's a much little girl with a mushroom emoji. That's an interesting username. I've actually never seen the emoji in a username yet. So here we're going to go over all the leader classes that I have. So this is everything in my collection, all the leader classes that I currently have. So far, we're gonna go smallest to biggest, which surprisingly for a triple changer, Blitzwing is the smallest. And for a main comparison, we have Steve. Yes, very nice. We have Steve, who's a little bit broken. This thing went inside of him. There's supposed to be a piece there. I have it off to the side. I will try to fix him in a bit. But so far, we're going to just go over all the leader class I have. Starting with the smallest, which, despite being a triple changer, he is the smallest. I actually love this figure. Hello, Crispy Edits. Oh, that's a nice Iron Man profile picture. Where Optimus? I don't have Optimus out. I got 4 of them. I have like a few community posts of my collection, so if you can look at those. Okay. Yeah, so, and then you can tell me which one to bring him out. I'll bring any Optimus out if you want. I used to have the Transformers 1, not the new Transformers 1, like the Michael Bay Transformers 1 Optimus, but he was horrible and was absolutely broken when I got him. But aside from that, okay, we're going to start off with Blitzwing. We have his big hand accessories here. I sadly lost his other gun. I don't know where it went. It probably fell behind the shelf. But here's his sword, sadly, rubber piece. Although it's not a bad rubber piece. It's actually pretty good. Who's spamming that? What? Okay, they stopped. Who's ever spamming those hearts? Okay, so this is the sword, nice silver detailing. Honestly, one of the best swords we've had. And moving on to the hand things. They're interesting, not really needed. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. They're not really needed, honestly. There's no actual point to them, I guess. They do make nice accessories for the tank mode, though. I will say that. So, down to the actual figure. We have his gun, which I'll take off. It's just purple, so there's nothing much to look at. So, to the actual figure, we have great silver detailing on all of them. Nice purple. I got to GTG, so bye. Oh, and you have a now new subnet. Thank you. Goodbye. You don't actually have to stay. It doesn't honestly matter. You probably got things to do. But thank you for joining. So, back to this figure. He's got a nice silver detailing on his legs and on the hip skirts. A nice hip rotation, which goes 360, okay, bye, goodbye. Uninhibited by the back, which is pretty big, but it doesn't honestly prohibit it so bad. Okay, so, sorry. Back to this. The nice yellow on the chest gives a nice flare of color. The Decepticon symbol slapping in the middle. Despite it matching the rest of the purple, it's still pretty visible due to the silver outline onto the head. It's pretty nice. Love the visor and the yellow head, and just looks pretty cool. Now, let's put him to the side, and we'll move on to the second leader class, Optimus Primal. So, starting with Optimus Primal, his accessories, the trans-warp key and everything. I don't have the trans-warp key. I lost it, which is sad. So, aside from losing that, we got the sword and the chain. The sword, obviously, the main accessory, able to attach to the chain, allowing itself to attach to the other one. I don't honestly use the chain too often, but it's a nice thing if oh my goodness, if you want to display him with him posing with the chains attached to the sword. But aside from that, basically same accessories. Sadly, I did lose the trans-warp key. I couldn't find it. I set it on a cutting board in the kitchen once when we got home from a trip. And when I came back down to get it, it was just gone. So sadly, I have no idea what happened. So, moving on from that, if we go down to the legs, we have some nice silver paint and leg details. The feet look nice. It's got a nice point of articulation moving itself up, I guess, for the uneven ground. Dude's basically an off-road vehicle. Nice piston detailing. And the gray metal goes obviously nice with the abs and the main logo on the chest. Allowing also just a very posable figure in and of itself, although the head is inaccurate to the movie, but it doesn't matter. And he's got individually articulated fingers, not individually, at least like most of them are, just like separates. So it does allow him to do this. Okay, honestly, pretty useless move. Okay, moving on to in third place. Well, not place, I guess. Just, third biggest Transformer out of all the leader classes. I have Shockwave, one of my favorite characters from Siege. I put all of these on him so he can get the extra height, because I feel like because he comes with them, it wouldn't be fair if he didn't have them on. But with Blitz Swings, it doesn't give him a height boost or anything. So, that's nice to see. Okay, moving on. So, these are basically all the accessories, a nice tube piping. Sadly, it can't come off. So moving down to the legs, we got nice mechanical detailing, silverware, basically all that. But if we were to just take these off, just judging from the head, he'd be just barely taller than Blitzwing. I'm just getting the size. But with these little feet boosts, he is taller. Just let me put that back on. There we go. Does anyone have any questions so far? Oh, wait, but... oh, hello. I'm just gonna call you AAA. Hello, AAA. What's up? What's good? Nothing much. Just going over, all of the leader classes in my collection currently. I have one. Which one? There's, like, a lot of them. There's Optimus Primal, Blitzwing, Shockwave, Galvatron, and... what's his name? Swoop. Yes, 86 Swoop. So, sorry, give me a second. Let me finish this. Moving on to the detailing, we have the nice Decepticon symbols on the arms, which pretty much stick out whenever he does something, like especially pointing with this arm. It looks pretty overall nice chest unit, although if he was to try to talk to someone, he would not see them from this angle, honestly. With his head being so far back. Okay. Also, Steve is a bit broken. I'll try to fix him. I'll see what I can do to fix him. Poor Steve. He's kind of gone. Okay, so moving on to Galvatron. The second to last figure here. Give me a second. I want to check something. Give me a second before I get to him. Okay. I'm just checking something real quick. Okay. So, getting back to Galvatron, he has the nice G1 cannon, or, well, at least that he had in the show when he got reanimated by Unicron, or the movie. He was in the third season. Oh, yeah, the third season of the original series. After, the movie. So he's got the nice treads, although I wish if they were going to do him, the treads would be a bit removable because it kind of prohibits the movement of the arms, but that's okay. It is justified by the double jointed arms used for transformation, but yet not really. His head can go 360, up, down. He does a pretty good down angle. And he comes with the Matrix of Leadership, which can be taken off, which is really nice. Although, it can't go with any of the other figures that have a Matrix chamber, I think. But moving on from that, we have the nice Decepticon symbol painted in pink around the purple wear and everything, and the nice gray on the feet. Although I do wish the legs could have been done better. Why it's nice, it's just kind of hard to use the legs. It's, the feet specifically. It's hard to use, in my opinion, to get him into a cool pose because then he's just like this. The ankle pivot can help, but it's a bit repetitive. And if you wanted to get the full justice out of the joint, you have to do this, and then it pops that off. So it's a good figure with its own flaws. Okay, now moving on to the final figure. Swoop. Now, I just got Swoop yesterday, so, it's going to be a fresh opinion with his accessories and everything. So, we got the tube sword and the long sword. Currently, the long sword is winning, just between my friends and family. Although the tube sword has probably the best details. But moving on aside from those, we have the missiles, which come in robot mode and, lizard mode. So, these can launch, and they are blast effect compatible. You could put that right there. And you can even attach it to the swords. Let me focus. Is anyone still able to chat? I mean, you don't have to if you can, but boom. So, yes, even the swords are blast effect compatible, although I'm not sure if they're supposed to be. Okay, so moving on to details and articulation. The gold face for the Dinobot mode is super accurate right here as well with the large Autobot symbol right there. Although the eyes are not supposed to be visible in robot mode, at least if we're going off of cartoon accuracy. So basically the nice chest detailing right there. And I love the legs, especially this part right here with the Dinobot mode feet. Right there, it kind of gives like an extra paneling, in which feels super nice. Okay, just making sure, because it says the chat's broken. Is that true? Give me a second. I'm going to make sure the chat is not broken. No, it's not broken. Okay, I'm just making sure. YouTube says it's broken. Okay, so moving on from that, onto the head detailing, looks absolutely amazing, accurate to the show, and all the colors are pretty well done. Although I did not see any of the swords in the actual show, so I'm not sure if he actually had those. But moving on from that, we're mainly focusing on Swoop for this stream. Because if I want to focus on him because he's the new guy in my entire collection. So, moving on from that, if we pull down the feet, like this, and put these down. Basically just pull this out. When transforming the chest back into robot mode, make sure you have these pulled out to the side or it will damage the gold paint on the figure. So aside from that, moving that up and placing it down so it tabs in. And then you just bring the head up and push this panel down. Okay, now that's done. We move on to the arms, which is basically nothing much. You just put the hands in and then you just put them back into stationary mode, basically, just so they're pointing straight. And down, moving back to this part, you have to bring the chest in. It's easiest, at least for me, to do it from the back, although you have to expand the wings out so everything is nice and in order. These are on a little bit of a sliding joint. I mean, it is a sliding joint. It just, the way it comes out, it can be a bit stuck due to this piece here. But now we have that all moved in. You got to make sure the chest is tabbed in. Why? It will never tab in for me. It's pretty close. You can get pretty close to it. You just got to be a bit rough and position it all right. And with the arms, they basically do it themselves, but you have to make sure this piece lines up. And there's one there. If you could see that, let me see, just move this out of the way a little bit. Yeah, you can see it there. It already tabs itself in. Same thing here, it already did. So all you have to do is line that up and push that in there. Okay, so now that's done. We move on to the final part, which is the legs. It's nothing much. You just utilize a double joint. And the feet piece right here will go in right there. Nice. Although the soft ratchet feels a bit annoying while it sounds nice, you know. It's just a bit annoying to me. But yes, this is basically him in robot mode. Just make sure everything's straight. Double jointed wings, very nice. And if you prefer, you don't have to have the wings like this. You can have them like that. Okay? So, aside from that, I do like to follow the instructions and keep them like this. Okay, now, moving on from that, just pushing this back together, a chest unit. For articulation, you can open the Dinobot's mouth, and it is Blast Effect compatible, so you can slide that right in. Now, once you take that out, you can put the feet down if you want, and it is on a double joint, so you can do that, and you can set him down stationary for him to sit like this. Now, moving on from that, I did update the storage for all my Transformer boxes, which I will show. So, just moving over here, moving past all that, we have all the boxes, including the Swoop box, which I recently added, and the Commander class Jetfire box. We have the Secret 3-pack for Cybertron, Nemesis, basically all this. It's a nice big Transformers box collection. It is a bit hard to use. If you got a stool and you want to do this in a closet, just use a stool so you can get up high and utilize that space, which I will be moving these boxes up there for more space. So moving back to all the main figures, and this is I'll probably do a full video on it. I got a ring light, and this, I guess you could say, stage light. So aside from that, you just you gotta put it back into the Skrillapod, which I have. But it's a bit hard. I always use the Skrillapod for... Okay, is that working? I hope it's working. I accidentally closed the phone. Let me make sure I can recover from that. Okay, yeah, it's working. Sorry about that. So aside from that, yeah, that's basically everything. And moving into all the leader classes, because I just got Swoop, I will not include him yet. Probably around tomorrow, I can actually have thoughts now. So, oops, knocked over Blitzwing. So, moving to the placement for the 4 leader class. Now this So let me say something. This is not like, oh, the last one is the one I absolutely hate. I love all these guys. Okay, let's just say this is a top 5 for this size class. They're all good. Although I would not say I hate any of them. Okay, so for 4th place goes to Galvatron. I love the figure. Posability is a bit lacking in terms of the legs. A bit hard to keep him standing up, but all the details and accessories are very nice, especially if you're going for G1 accuracy. And I just love the shoulder spires. That's something I actually really like. So he goes into the number 4 spot. I'm not including Swoop in this list yet. I'll wait for tomorrow to actually do that. But moving in, to the 3rd spot, we have Rise of the Beast, Optimus Primal. The reason why I love this figure, he is super posable. He feels great. The plastic quality is absolutely fabulous. And honestly, there's basically nothing lacking. He's what I want in a leader class. Although for his size, I'd say he's more of a Voyager. The only thing I guess that makes him worth it is the accessories. If we're just talking, like, they have so many accessories that they're including it in the leader class. But he's very nice, very posable. I guess that makes up for the rest. And the transformation's fun, although it does lack articulation. Because it's a monkey, it should be a bit, like, almost the same as articulation as the robot mode. Although I won't hold it against him. The storage for the weapons is nice. Although the arms, I feel like, are a bit finicky. Not really too bad, but if you do the wrong move when transforming him, this piece right here, which holds the monkey head and the head, can come off. I mean, it's happened when I've done stop motions. It's not really too annoying. It does stay in there pretty long and pretty well. Now, moving into the second to last spot, we have Blitzwing. The triple changer is what really makes him special for me. And I just love Blitzwing design in and of itself. He looks pretty good. I love the face sculpt, the design, and he's just a fun transformation. Although it was a bit hard to figure it out. Okay, nothing too much. The accessories are okay, minus the hands. I mean, they don't really do anything. Unless they're in tank mode, which I guess you can act as extra artillery. But in just robot mode, these do basically nothing. Aside from that, he's a pretty good figure, very solid. The only problem I have with him is these pieces, which go to form the wings. They're a bit finicky, not really finicky, just they feel a bit weak. Plastic quality is just a bit degraded for the wings when you have them transformed. But aside from that, he's a great figure and I love him. For the number 1 spot on this list, until tomorrow when I will include Swoop in it, because I still gotta get my bearings on him. He is a good figure, but I don't want to say anything too soon. My favorite is Siege Shockwave. The amount of accessories he comes with is probably the reason why they made him a leader class, but which is fine for me. The articulation is great. He's got ratcheted joints. Okay. All over the legs. He feels great. The extra accessories do make him more menacing. And even without them, he is great. And he is worth the price. The plastic quality on him is great. Honestly, probably some of the best we've felt for the Siege line. And I honestly don't see myself getting rid of him. If I ever do, I'd be selling him for a massive price. Just kidding. And he's been used, so probably not. But I probably wouldn't even get rid of him. But aside from that, moving on to back to Swoop, he will not be on the list. I will put him on a list in a community post because I still just want to get a grip around him, feel how he is just a bit longer. And I will show where he is displayed. But basically, from that's basically all for today. Everyone, have a good day and good night.